Ladies and gentlemen, Joy Taylor and LeSean McCoy are names that I did talk about on this channel separately, but now you're getting a 2-for-1 special here. Why is that? Because both of them did exactly what I thought some media pundits would do because it generates clicks and views. With that, we're going to dive into what exactly was done and why I have a problem with it at the end of the day. Let's get into it. Now, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I also referenced this a little bit during my live stream of the post game for Bucs Cowboys. And with that involved talking about how there were going to be some media members that come out that try to discredit what the Dallas Cowboys did in that playoff game, regardless of how it went. And LeSean McCoy and Joy Taylor stood up to the plate and did exactly what I thought they would do. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to both of what they had to say. Then we're going to go ahead and further discuss it.
Did Dak Prescott quiet the criticism yesterday?
I call it keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100?
I would say yes. I would say yes if beating the Bucs was a good thing. But the truth is no. He did not silence the critics, right? Let's just talk about it for a second.
Talk about it. I'm listening.
The Bucs are not a good team. They never was. They're not a winning team. I'm not making that up. They were 8-9 this year.
You were.
You know they're the only team in the playoffs, 8-9 record with a losing record. Yep. It's the truth. The last five games, 5 weeks, 5 games, wherever you want to put it. The 28th ranked defense. The 21st ranked against the pass defense. They're 26 in sacks. Did you see how long Dak had there to pat? I watched him read from the left all the way to the right, move to the left, then throw to the right. Now he had a phenomenal game. Can't take none from Dak Prescott. But the truth is the truth. They beat a bad team. And I think the only reason why people gassed this game up, blew it up so big because there's Tom Brady. He's 7-0. Was it 6-0, 7-0?
7-0.
He's 7-0 against his franchise. They never beat him.
Dak played an excellent game.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Wonderful. So that is that. You can't take anything away from Dak Prescott's performance in this game. But what is the standard for the Dallas Cowboys and for that matter for Dak Prescott? Because that determines the answer to this question. Mm-hmm. If the standard for Dak Prescott is winning a playoff game against a below average opponent,
talk to him.
Even if it is impressive, it would have only been impressive because the Cowboys have been so disappointing. It wouldn't have been impressive if it was any other team that had actual standards. So if the Dallas Cowboys standards are we win one game in the playoffs against a inferior opponent, then yes, they were cooking last night and they should feel great about this season. They have nothing else to accomplish. If they are what everyone's been saying they are all season, which is Super Bowl contenders, then this was step one. You should win this game. Wouldn't we all have been a bit in shock if the Niners had lost, the Bills had lost, even the Bengals? We can say that now because we saw how the game went, but we'd have been shocked if the Bengals had lost.
Called.
Shady had all those 3 teams locked to win for a reason.
He sure did.
For a reason.
For a reason.
So no, he didn't quiet the critics if the standard for the Dallas Cowboys is to win more than one playoff game. But I don't know what the standard is for the Cowboys. You tell me. Cowboys fans seem to think it's a Super Bowl. So who has actually quieted the critics that's in the postseason? Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Burrow. We still have questions about their career, but if they have a bad game, we're not like, oh, it's over. Yeah. They're not really capable of doing it. If Josh Allen doesn't make it to the Super Bowl this year, we're not going to say, is he ever going to make it to a Super Bowl? If Burrow doesn't make it back, we already know he went last year. And Mahomes has one and has been to one, and a league MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. Those are the men who have quieted the critics because they can afford to have a bad performance, and we're not going to have questions about them. So you got to tell me what the standard is, y'all.
I will.
And this is the exact problem that I have in sports media, ladies and gentlemen. We start off with Shady McCoy. He has the bare minimum argument that, oh, well, of course they were supposed to win. They had a losing team go up against them. You know, they're 8-9. You look at their stats. I mean, Dak played very well, but of course he was supposed to play well. But last time I checked, Shady, weren't you the dude that said that Dak Prescott was an ass quarterback? Like, you doubled down on that. And you have the nerve now to be like, oh, he played great, but now here's the bare minimum? Last time I checked, ass quarterbacks don't put up a stat line only 3 other quarterbacks other than Dak Prescott did. Just saying, regardless of the opponent. no other person put up that stat line aside from Dak and those 3 other dudes you saw on screen. So what the hell is it? I don't really have much more to say about Shady because he also picked the Bucks to win this game anyway. So, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Just being really honest there. Now, for Joy Taylor, it's a little bit different because with her, there's the truth of, yeah, there are higher standards that you need to reach, right? Like, ultimately, you want to win a championship. But aren't you the same person, Joy Taylor, that also gave breaks for a team like Philadelphia when they struggled or when they played very well against an inferior opponent? You gave them all their flowers, but it was never this, oh, well, they have to have their sights set for something better, which is a Super Bowl, right? And keep in mind, Philadelphia hasn't played a playoff game yet. I'm pretty sure they'll beat the Giants, but my main thing is that we haven't seen Philadelphia play. You gave them their flowers during the whole season, and also you discredited the Dallas Cowboys whenever you had the chance to do so. Oh, well, they should win the Super Bowl, but I think that the 49ers, I think that maybe Tom Brady's going to beat them. Oh, I think Philadelphia's a better team. So how is it that you can put together an argument that you believe the Cowboys need to win the Super Bowl this year, but simultaneously believe they're not even the best team in the conference? We're having a different conversation if you said, well, look, the Dallas Cowboys, they're 12-5, but really, I think they're the best team in the conference and they should win the Super Bowl. Then you're having that, oh, well, see, if they failed, then I think that they had a disappointing season. But last time I checked, you have other teams in front of them. And you gave them passes, even when they struggled against bad teams. But when the Cowboys do it, it's a problem, right? And look, I get it. It's against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And of course, there is this echelon that exists that, yeah, they're an 8-9 team and you should have beaten them. And I agree there. However, you can't be the same people that put these high standards, say that there are other teams, that they're better than the Cowboys, and then simultaneously say, oh, well, they should still win the Super Bowl, or they have to win the Super Bowl. Like, how is it that you reference only 3 quarterbacks and none of which are in the NFC? Like, okay, so no one else has silenced their critics? Like, so Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, obviously he lost and his team lost, so I get that. Tom Brady, like, he doesn't have anything to say other than that. But you reference 3 quarterbacks in the AFC. So you have Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, who haven't gotten past the AFC Championship game and gotten to a Super Bowl, which I'm not nitpicking them. Hey, that's a tough-ass conference to play in. You talk about Joe Burrow. Oh, well, he made it to a Super Bowl, but he didn't win it. Okay, so he answered questions. So why is it that we're talking about 3 dudes that have silenced critics, but you could easily have been like, listen, Dak Prescott still needs to win more games in order for him to silence his critics. However, he's not the only dude in that bunch. We have the entire NFC basically remaining that need to prove themselves, and in the AFC, you already know what you got. That's a better take, and I would have gone with that. But again, this is exactly why I absolutely despise the sports media. These, not just them, but everybody else was taking the Dallas Cowboys to lose this game. Nearly everybody in the media thought they were going to lose because it's Tom Brady. They were playing bad, Dak Prescott and company. Oh, it's bad, they're going to lose. But when they win, oh, they were supposed to win. What are you supposed to do? And listen, it's the oldest trick in the book. I'm very much aware of that, and I called it during the live stream. I said it on Twitter before I went to bed that night. I knew that they were going to do this. And again, I think that this is a disservice for everybody that enjoys sports media, not just on cable, but on YouTube, Twitter, you name it. You're doing a disservice for the public because you are not giving a proper analysis. In my personal opinion, yes, while the Cowboys should have won that game, the way they won that game, especially with the context going into it, was exactly what we wanted to see. Of course, they're going to go up against a tough San Francisco team, which I'm going to be watching every single one of them. If the Cowboys lose, I better not be seeing shit. Oh, well, hey, they went up against a better team and they played like shit, blah, blah, blah. Again, it's all about context. Dak Prescott literally had a perfect game. The only real flaw was the opening drive, but they were all drops. So again, guys, I think it's ridiculous that we're even having this conversation to begin with because we knew it was going to happen. And you probably know that. So again, I do appreciate you all for tuning in. If you could please leave a like, subscribe, Hit the notification bell on your way out. That'd be greatly appreciated, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.